Welcome to the Quick Galloper YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, share and hit the notification bell. The 2026 edition of the Ian Levy Cup, a win and you're in race for the Mouttet Mile, will be contested on Monday, April 6th, 2026. The Quick Galloper presents for viewers on the channel the last success by each of the 8 starters, done in post-position order.
They're off. Brenda Boy just misses it along with Barnaby. They have catching up to do. Strike Smart and Neo Star match strides, but only briefly, as Neo Star now goes on from Strike Smart as they leave the 7. Rainsville races up next. Sister and Treasure is racing toward the outside as they dash away now toward the final 6 furlongs. Barnaby has made good progress with Mark My Identity, and Brenda Boy remains at the back of the field. They run past the 6 and head toward the 5. Neo Star guides them along by a length and a tail. Strike Smart settled down in second. Rainsville is right in behind them, looking to have a lot in hand. Mark My Identity is racing back in fourth, 5 off that lead, about to be joined by Barnaby. Brenda Boy races up toward the back of the field with Sister and Treasure. They share last. They arrive at the half mile and go spinning into that turn, and it is Neo Star on the inside. Strike Smart continues to attack as they leave the 7/16th, and now Neo Star kicks away from Strike Smart. Rainsville is asked to go. Mark My Identity and Barnaby both need to find maybe 6 lengths to get to those leaders. 2 lengths back to Sister and Treasure, and the ridden Brenda Boy needs help as they're about to come into the top of the lane in the Lloyd Lindbergh Linda Della Penna OD Memorial Trophy. They're into it now, a quarter of a mile. They've got to catch Neo Star, and the rider now becomes a busy person as they drive toward the furlong pole. It is Neo Star out in front. Neo Star with that lead. There is a Barnaby down against the rail now, beginning to come with a run. Neo Star out in front on the Javanil Patterson. Barnaby sprouting wings on the rail. Barnaby will win it over Neo Star. Rainsville is third. Mark My Identity is fourth. They're off. Neo Star staggers out at the back. Wizkid is driven down the rail trying to get that lead. Toward the outside, Don Quezzy is running fast along with Hail the Queen, and Don Quezzy picks it up as they arrive at the mile and go into the clubhouse turn. Hail the Queen pulls alongside. They match strides. A break up some 4 back to Rainsville in the yellow silks. Pretty Brown Ting on the outside of a recovering Neo Star. Wicked Cassie in the green races on the rail. A break of 4 back to Brenda Boy. Wizkid is next, and last of all, it's the Rail Identity. They've left the 7 behind them. They take to the back stretch and approach the final 6, and Hail the Queen has now been put to that lead, opening up 3.5 lengths as they go toward the 5. Don Quezzy chasing in second. Neo Star is a further 2 lengths back in third, held together as they approach the 5. Rainsville, the grey races, just in front of Pretty Brown Ting. 3.5 lengths back to Wicked Cassie. Wizkid on the rail. Brenda Boy on the outside, circling horses, and last of all, it's the Rail Identity. They're about to arrive at the half mile and go running into the turn, and Don Quezzy has not shot through to get that lead. Neo Star breathing down the neck of the leader. Hail the Queen begins to fade. Rainsville the grey racing down against the fence as they drive past the 7/16th. Brenda Boy is making a big move. Wizkid racing in behind them. Pretty Brown Ting is next, overtaken by Wicked Cassie. Hail the Queen fading badly. The Rail Identity remains last as the field have left the 5/16th, and they'll now come into the lane with Don Quezzy out in front, being chased by Neo Star, the favourite. The rider has a look over his shoulder. He sees Neo Star now beginning to lengthen strides, but Don Quezzy maintains the advantage. A quick change of hold as they drive toward the furlong pole. It is Don Quezzy. Neo Star now coming with a charge on the outside, and Neo Star joins Don Quezzy, but the moment is a brief one, and now Neo Star, the favourite, strikes the front. Don Quezzy trying to fight back, but it's not going to happen. Neo Star wins the second running of the International Women's Day Trophy. Don Quezzy is second. Brenda Boy third. Wicked Cassie is fourth. Close between the Rail Identity and Wizkid for 5th. Still waiting. Now they're off for the Chairman's Trophy. Barnaby, interesting times ahead. They just missed it by a beat. Pack Plays is rushing up now, going for that lead. Gravano on the outside. California Crown is the one racing near the rail as they make their way toward the 6. Pack Plays setting those fractions easily. Flashes past the 6 with a 3-length lead. Gravano settled down in second. Stablemate California Crown now moving into second. Gravano held tightly in third. Interesting times ahead is back in fourth, maybe 5.5 to 6 lengths off the lead as they flash past the 5. A break of some 3 to Barnaby, and at the back of the field it's a Provident as they make the way toward the half mile. Pack Plays will take them past it with that lead, attempting to steal the show. Gravano now set alight by Haladine and asked to close the gap as they leave the 7:16. California Crown under a bit of an urge. Interesting times ahead, just overtaken narrowly by Barnaby, and a Provident races last as they come inside the final 5/16th, and Pack Plays may have stolen it. Gravano is being driven to get on terms, but Pack Plays into the lane first, the rider having a peep in both mirrors as Pack Plays continues to hold the advantage, and now the stick comes out in the right hand. Gravano is left maybe 5 lengths back. Barnaby is over against the rail. It is Pack Plays attempting to go all the way in the Chairman's Trophy. The question is, can they catch the fleet of foot Pack Plays? And Christopher Mamdi in the answer, no, they can't. Pack Plays will take it easily in the end by maybe 7 lengths. Gravano is second, Barnaby is third. Interesting times ahead is fourth. They're off for the Alexander Hamilton Memorial Trophy. Provident and Supernatural Power break at the back of the field. They charge down toward the final 6, and Fun Khan Dunn has grabbed that lead. Zulu Warrior in close attendance. Wall Street Trader forming the line of 3. A break of 2 lengths back to Provident, and Supernatural Power held up just the trailer as the small field make their way down the back stretch. They're about to arrive at the 5. Maybe 5 lengths separates them all, and Zulu Warrior shows on that lead. Fun Khan Dunn 3/4 of a length down on the rail. Supernatural Power now unleashed and beginning to gain as they make their way into that final half of a mile. They're into the turn for home, and Supernatural Power and Radish Roman now assume the lead. Wall Street Trader trying to stay with her. Zulu Warrior fades back in third. Fun Khan Dunn has backed out into fourth spot, and Provident races at the back, but they've left the 3/8 and make their way passing the 5/16th, and it is the filly Supernatural Power who holds the advantage. Wall Street Trader now launching an attack in the red silks down against the rail. Here is Fun Khan Dunn wound up on the outside. Supernatural Power in a battle royale. Wall Street Trader on the rail. Fun Khan Dunn kicking in on the outside. Fun Khan Dunn and Supernatural Power continue the duel inside the final furlong. Fun Khan Dunn just the leader. Supernatural Power and Radish Roman attempting the fight back. It is Fun Khan Dunn battling Supernatural Power. The bobbleheads have gone by. Could be Fun Khan Dunn just over Supernatural Power, but it's close. Then Wall Street Trader, Zulu Warrior and Provident. They're off for the Viceroy. Tiger Amidat misses it. Supernatural Power takes off quickly, so to the speedball Mamma Mia, and Mamma Mia goes on to grab that lead. Major Danger in the black cap racing in second, just about a length and a half back. Supernatural Power races in front of Tistock as they run the far side and make their way now toward the 6. They're passing it now. Tistock racing toward the back with Tiger Amidat and Inspire Force last in the strung out field. They run toward the final 5/8 of a mile. Mamma Mia matching strides with Major Danger on the outside, and Major Danger now goes on from Mamma Mia. Supernatural Power right there in third and beginning to edge closer. A break back to Tistock. A huge gap to Tiger Amidat, and forget Inspire Force. They leave the half mile and make their way now toward the 7/16th. And now Supernatural Power is sent on. Major Danger fades back in second. Tistock begins to make gains and eye-catching progress as they leave the 3. A huge gap opens up to Mamma Mia. An even larger one to Tiger Amidat. Forget Inspire Force. They've left the 5/16th. Supernatural Power out in front with Dick Cardenas. They show on that lead at the top of the lane. Supernatural Power shaken up. It is Stock now asked to launch an attack. It is Supernatural Power continuing to hold the advantage. Tis Stock getting closer with every stride. They run past the furlong pole. Supernatural Power continues to cling on to that lead. Tis Stock refuses to go away on the outside. It is Supernatural Power by just over a length and a half, and Supernatural Power wins the Viceroy Trophy. Tis Stock is second. Major Danger will be third. Inspire Force rushes through to grab fourth. And now they're off. First start, Bulletproof Coffee just toward the back with Atlantic Convoy. California Crown breezes through, gets that lead quickly. Zulu Warrior racing on the outside. There goes Fortuna Bell in pursuit of the leader, California Crown, as they arrive at the half mile. California Crown by just over a length. Fortuna Bell racing back in second. Zulu Warrior is 3 lengths back and running in third. They lead the 7/16. Huntsman is a further 2 lengths back, right there on the rail. That's Strike Smart as they go flashing past the 3. Teflon Don now beginning to make ground toward the outside. Cookie Day and Night. Bulletproof Coffee is asked to close up. Strike Smart has faded. Atlantic Convoy at the back, but out in front and traveling strongly. That's California Crown with that lead. Here now is a Cookie a Day, rather Fortuna Bell kicking in on the outside. California Crown. Fortuna Bell needs to find 2 lengths. Zulu Warrior now coming with a rush down against the rail, but it is California Crown driven to the max inside the final 16. Zulu Warrior running best of the rest. California Crown and Robert Halladine will win the Kaz Hoshay Trophy by almost 2 lengths over Zulu Warrior. Then Cookie Day and Night. Fortuna Bell is back in fourth. They're off for the Miracle Man Cup. Get a Pepsi just a shade slowly out with interesting times ahead at the back. As they make their way toward the 6, and Mamma Mia, as expected, goes for that lead. Atlantic Convoy, Gervano out wide in the red cap. Digital One and Wall Street Trader team up in behind. Over Revolution races on the outside of Get a Pepsi. Is That a Fact second from the back, and interesting times ahead yet to recover. They've left the 5/8 and run toward the half mile, and out in front, Mamma Mia continues to skitter on with a 4-length lead almost. Atlantic Convoy chasing with Gervano. A Digital One on the inside. Wall Street Trader in the red asked to go down. Our Revolution now needs to do some more running. A break back to Get a Pepsi, and Is That a Fact? They're tied together in a knot. And last of all, interesting times ahead being ridden but going nowhere at the moment. They make their way toward the 5/16th. Can they catch Mamma Mia? Gervano now let loose. So to Wall Street, a Trader. Digital One is on the rail. Of a Revolution and Radish Roman will take the widest route into the lane, but they're at the top of it. A 1/4 mile to run. And Mamma Mia, here is Gervano kicking in, and Gervano points. Watch Digital One down against the rail. Of a Revolution is widest of them all, and now beginning to bubble to the boil. It's Of a Revolution and a Gervano matching strides. Gervano and Of a Revolution continue. Of a Revolution, Gervano fighting him off. Gervano and Robert Halladine holding the lead. This is the Miracle Man Cup, and Gervano beats Of a Revolution. Is That a Fact? Is third. Mamma Mia fourth. Wall Street Trader is fifth. They're off for the 4th running of the Mouttet Mile. Tis Stock misses it with Fun Can't Done. Digital One took off fast. There goes Legacy Isle now with a kick, and Legacy Isle is the one that leads them past the 7. Pack Plays racing down in second as they make their way toward the 6. Legacy Isle tugging hard. Pack Plays are right alongside as they charge away toward the 6. Dothraki, as they leave the 6, now makes progress. Ride All Day in behind them with a Digital One and a Main Mistress. Supernatural Power is asked to make some ground. Fun Can't Done and Mojito race up almost as a team. Gervano on the outside of a Nautical Star. Unspun is next. Then Tis Stock, Champion Bubbler, and Sensational Soul brings up the rear. as they charge past the half mile and run away now toward the 3 furlong. Legacy Isle on that lead by 2 lengths. Pack plays in chase and under the pump. Ride All Day is there. Supernatural Power races back and forth as the field strings out. Digital One just in front of Mojito. In behind them, that's a Fun Can Done asked to make ground. Watch Nautical Star now. Set a light on the outside, but they're coming into the lane. It is a Legacy Isle. Has he escaped them in the Mouttet Mile? Pack plays continues to pursue over against the rail. Here is Ride All Day now kicking in, but Legacy Isle drifting off a true line but still holding that lead. Ride All Day is there. In behind them, Pack plays. They race past the furlong pole. Legacy Isle and Ride All Day in a battle, and Ride All Day now snatches the lead inside the final 16th. It is Ride All Day and Javier Castellano making short work of the field. They win by almost double digits. Legacy Isle and Fun Can Done come next. Could be Supernatural Power out wide of Digital One.
Thank you for watching another video produced by the team from QuickGallopJaya.com and its YouTube channel, The Quick Galloper. Please stay on the channel for other enlightening videos on those involved in local horse racing. Please like, subscribe, and press the notification bell.